Hey guys, it's Rebecca from Hip Homeschooling, and I am here to do a virtual review of my favorite planner. I bumped into these guys at our local homeschool convention, and I never heard of them before. They're a newer company called Plum Cheeky Solutions, and I loved their planners. Like, they are just beautiful, functional, really well designed, and I've been using them for quite a while now, and I'm going to show you next year so you can kind of get an idea of what it's like. And then we're going to be doing a giveaway as well, so make sure if you're on YouTube, you pop over and check out the blog. So I'm going to show you the planner. This is it here. It's the Home Life Planner. This is the 2015-2016, so it starts in August. And comes along with this thing here. So this is your contacts, your passwords, usernames, anniversaries, birthdays in one smaller booklet that you could put by your phone or computer. And then this is more of your scheduling, your meal planning, your house, your budgeting, kind of your go-to scheduling book. So I'm going to show you this one first. Let me just open it up here. So it has, each month is a 2-page, so it gives you quite a bit of space to fill in what you're doing that week and for the rest of the month as well. They send you one of these, which, I mean, you can use one for yourself. It's something I wouldn't have thought about because I actually don't know why. It really is a great idea. You can flip from your month and then right to your week. So when you're trying to plan out your week, it makes it a lot simpler when you can take a look what's happening for the month, put it into your weekly planner. So this is the weekly planner. See it there. So over here it gives you a place for your weekly goals. Down here is your daily tasks, like how to make your bed, dishes and dishwasher. You have your week, your days of the week. You have your meals, places for notes, and then your previous and upcoming months at the bottom. So this is kind of where you would plan out anything that you have going on that day. I use this for myself. I do not use this as my school planner, other than putting in going on a field trip, anything that I am involved in. The actual lesson plans go into the student planners, which I'm going to show you next. So that's the weekly planner. I'm just going to skip to the next section here and show you what they have. They have a place for your schedule. So again, I use this for my schedule, anything that I would be doing. So I use it to schedule in when I wake up, when I do school with the kids, who I'll be working with, when it's lunch, when I need to be starting dinner, all that stuff. They have everything you need for budgeting, basically. This is your bill payment checklist, which is awesome. It's how many times do you forget to pay a bill, and now you can just check it in and do a little check mark. You have your budget. Okay, so they give you a monthly budget, so that's something that you can kind of change up. And all of these extra things you can always rip out, you can laminate and be using dry erase so that you can be changing it up, checking off, and reusing it. They have an expense tracker, a cleaning plan checklist, and then here they've got your weekly cleaning plan. Everything is laid out for you. You don't have to do all the thinking, all the putting together, and it's really comprehensive. They have lots for shopping. So here's your master shopping list. Again, I would laminate this so I could reuse it, but because you can put in everything you need separated by section of the grocery store, which is fantastic. Okay, so that's your master shopping list. Then you have your meal planning, which they have it seasonally, which I think is great because, I don't know, we find that in the winter and fall we're eating way more soups, chilies, stews, whereas in the summertime we're eating a ton of barbecue type stuff, salads. So I love the idea that it's seasonal. You can just see everything is bright and cheery and really pretty inside, which I like. They have a section for recipes to try, recipes you like, you can kind of rate them, and then a section for notes at the back. So if you want to keep track of just a little journal page or whatever, they have a bunch of little pages in the back for that. So that is separate from this, which comes together. The reason she separated it was because this is handy to keep by your phone. Rather than having to dig through your book for all of this information, you can keep this by your phone or computer. So this has all your contacts, birthdays, anniversaries. I'll just give you a quick glimpse of that. So I don't know about you, but I am terrible with birthdays. I remember my own kids, but anybody else? Yeah. And then at the back is this password tracker, which I think is fantastic. Some people may not want to do it for security reasons, but there's been a couple times I've been in the hospital and Jonathan has had to take over bills, and because I do it all, he didn't even know what website to go to, what was our login information, and if I had something like this, it would have made it 10 times easier for him. So I think that's fantastic. So that brings us to our student planners. Now, when I first saw that these were separate, gotta admit, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought that having everything in one was way more handy. And that's how I have seen a lot of planners, and I thought, I don't know about this. But I am loving it because of a couple things. First of all, we have a workbox system. So the kids are getting older now, they're starting to do their own reading. Each of them can have one of these in their work boxes rather than one that they're all coming and looking at. It gives them way more space and customization. In my books that I was trying to do all my lesson planning together, it's just how can you possibly fit all the kids and all their subjects? I was just finding it wasn't enough space. So this gives us way more space to work with. I can have a schedule for each of them so they could be looking at their schedule, what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, it's 8:30, I'm supposed to be doing math. It's 9 o'clock, I'm supposed to be starting already on this. They can flip to their schedule, flip to their lesson plans, and it gives them tons and tons of options in here. So they have two designs, exact same layout, just a little bit different in the colors. Their bold is just brighter colors, and then they have the beautiful, which is a little bit lighter, daintier. They really could be used for anybody, both of them, but I ended up getting a couple of each. So in the front here, you can see, I love this. I think it's great. I know a lot of student planners have them, but I've never got a student planner before because I thought my kids were too young, and I generally thought most of the student planners I've seen are more geared towards middle and high school age. So this is awesome. When I grow up, I want to be, my favorite thing to do is just a fun little yearly, something you can keep, put together and remember. So then they have their schedule, which again, it doesn't start till 7, whereas mine starts at 5:30. So I guess I'm supposed to be getting up which is perfect because generally my kids, if they got up before 7, they wouldn't be doing anything other than being quiet. So I think it's great. Another thing, I'll probably do another one of these clips and I will have it in here so they can flip to their week. It has an attendance record, which I know some of you have to keep attendance records, and then you can just take a picture of that or have it available. It has this handy long-term planning, so there's two sides to this. This has your projects, field trips, books to read, resources and websites, supplies, and there's actually quite a few pages of that, so different themes. If you were planning your own unit studies, you could use that. It has a book list, so you could use this as books your child wants to read or books they've read, and when they read them, and use this to kind of keep track. Books they took out of the library, there's lots of those. There's a resource planner, which we're going to be using when it's time for the convention, because I can use it for what subject. This is the name, this is the price. I can use it to kind of keep track of the different prices. So I think that's going to be super handy. A grades tracker. So I don't do much grading with the kids at this age, but when they get to be a bit older, I know that would be handy to have. And then you're into your week. So they have their week, different colors for each day. You can have the week of. This is so much more space than any other planner I've seen, and because there's one for each kid, I have a ton. For math alone, I could write, you have to do this speed drill, this lesson, I want you to do some wrap-ups or whatever I have for him to do that day. Tons and tons of space. There's also room on the side for extra projects he needs to work on, reading, because that's always changing what book he's reading, so I can plug that in there. physical activity, which for us, I have to keep track of what they're doing for PE. So having this, how many minutes, what date, what did they do, I can just take a picture and send that in. Extracurricular activities, notes, any field trips we had, I could plug in here. This is, I love it. I absolutely love it. We're not technically into when it's supposed to start yet. This goes along with the other one, so it starts in August, but as soon as it does, I'm gonna fill it. Oh, I love it. I personally don't plan more than 1 week in advance. I've done it the other way before. I plan farther and we get behind, and it's really discouraging and you end up wasting your books. So I plan for the week every week, and what we don't get done recycles into the planner for the next week. At the end here, I just want to show you, they have this and it's on the other side. It's the tasks and responsibilities, which we're going to use as our chore chart. So each of them will have this, will write their name, they can decorate it however they want. I'm going to laminate it. I'll have their chores listed, and then they can just check them off for the day as they do them. So it's all implemented into their student planner, which I just love. So there you have it. This is the Plum Cheeky Solutions. They have a website you can check out. They have a Facebook page. You can go and follow them. We're doing a giveaway on my blog, so make sure you come over. It's open to US and Canada. They do ship to US and Canada, even though they are a Canadian company. So it's kind of win-win for everybody, because for those of us in Canada, it will save us for duty and such. And yeah, they're just a fantastic company. It's a fantastic layout and design. It's bright, it's colorful. I really like it, and I am excited to be using it for this next year. So go check them out and make sure you enter the giveaway.